I've been awake all night. I need to know that it's alright. So tell me that you're never gonna let me go. Ooh. Been calling you all night. Been wrong, but I wanna feel alright. I know that you're never gonna let me go. Ooh.
What's up, guys? It has been a while since I've done a video. I'm going to get to that in a bit, but this video is going to be something special that I've been thinking about for a while. So, excuse me. But before I get to the topic, let me go ahead and do a few announcements, kind of get things rolling a bit. I know I don't have many subscribers. I'm trying to boost my channel a bit, doing it a few different ways, per se. Speaking of which, I did go out yesterday, got my own camera, so I'm going to be taking a lot of videos with this. I'm using my laptop right now, just because the way the video is, it's how I have to set up. You know, just forget about it. So I got that. A lot of other things coming on, you know, just changing. Like, I'm going in for I'm trying to go in for surgery in a few weeks. So, well, it's not a few weeks. I take that back. Not a few weeks. I got to do some things, and hopefully it'll be next month. Okay, so it's going to be soon. More to come on what surgery it is. You guys will love it. It's going to be awesome. Doing it for a reason. Speaking of which, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah. Other changes to come. Just not only about me, but about this channel. I'm trying to make this channel about you guys. You guys right there. So, also, forget the name that I currently have here. Man Cow Madness. Forget about that. That name is going to be non-existent in hopefully a few weeks. I'm trying to hold back on making videos until I can get a new name on my channel, just for less confusion. But this video has been on my mind, so I figure I'm going to go ahead and record it, post it, get it up, share it, just because it's an important message. It's an important message, okay? I feel like you guys need to hear this. People's on my heart about this video, so I'm trying to do that. But not sure if I'll post it yet, but I've changed my name quite a few times. This is like the third, fourth time I've changed it, which is why YouTube won't let me change my name again at the moment. So hopefully in a month or two, I'll be able to change my name. It's going to be very basic. If you follow me on any social media, it's just going to be that. It's going to be Dillan Vernon, okay? Dillan Vernon. So, at the end of the video, I'll go ahead and post all my social media outlets. That way you guys can, follow me, look at my stuff. Because I have, Snapchat, Twitter, professional. I have my main my main Facebook page, and then my acting profile. That's where I'm going to be doing most of my, videos and stuff. If you follow me at all on Facebook, I've been doing quite a bit of live videos. I was actually going to do a live video with this video, but I feel like this video is going to be bigger than just a live video. I want this to be around, that way people across the world can see this, because I know there's people around that's going to want to hear this. Now, I think that's all the announcements I got, but let me get on to today's topic, okay? Today's topic is fear. I've been walking around a lot, I try to, save gas, get my exercise in. I walk to the hotel, to rehearsal, try to at least, unless I'm late, which has been happening a lot. But I've been listening to a lot of motivational videos. I'll try to link it down in my video, but you gotta check out E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher, I think it is. I'll put the link down below. just because he's pretty much the basis of why I'm doing this video. A lot of motivational videos that I listen to when I walk around town are because of him. So I'm hoping that you'll listen to those along with mine. But anyways, I'll get into it. Today's topic is fear. Okay, I'm trying to think of where to begin because there's just so much to cover. So much to cover. But I'll start with, everybody has fears, right? Whether it be as small as people that have the fear of, I know a lot of people, they have a fear of spiders and snakes, or other people with like a fear of drowning, water, heights, flying, skydiving, or there's even like psychological fears like, I'm afraid of being alone. I'm afraid of falling in love again because I've been hurt so much. I'm just afraid of trying, I'm afraid to live, See, there's the thing. I heard this in church a while back. When I was in Atomwa, I went to the Bridge Church, okay? Pastor Marty was preaching. Marty Schmidt. He was preaching, and he came across the topic of fear. And then earlier today, I was listening to these videos, and the same thing came up. Keep this in your mind. Keep this in your mind. You are born with two fears. When you come out of your mother's womb, you are born with two fears. The fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. And then just to throw a joke into it, this is literally what my pastor said. So if you ever want to scare your child, yell at them while throwing them off a cliff. Okay? Just a joke. Don't actually do that. It's not safe. It's not safe. But you're born with these fears. Other fears that you get, they come to you over time. And they just happen. A lot of fears, like in the videos, talk about the fear of failure. And then this one I didn't even think about. The fear of success. The fear of failure, and then the fear of success. Ever since high school, I've gained this fear of failure. Because, I hate to fail. I hate trying new things because I'm afraid to fail at them. And then I'm also thinking, maybe it's not just the fact that I'm afraid to try them, afraid to fail. Maybe it's because I'm afraid to actually succeed at it because maybe I can't handle it. Last year, I went to William Penn University, and I've had a lot of people tell me that failure is a part of life. Okay? So failure is a part of life. You have to fail in order to succeed. You can't always win, but don't be afraid to fail. Just wrap your brain around that. I mean, I'm going to throw a few acronyms out at you that I've heard, there's tons of acronyms for fear. But the main ones that stuck with me are, well, of course, there's what fear means. False evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. I heard that from Manifest. He was one of the first people that I've heard state that. There's also two other ones. Like the two other main ones. Fear has two meanings. Face everything and rise. Or I can't even think of it. Dang it. Dang it. But it's like face everything and rise, or can't think of the F, but it's like, face everything and rise, or, blank everything and run. You can either face it and rise, or you can run from it. That's your choice. See, the thing is that we don't have this fear of being inadequate. We have this fear of power beyond reason. There's something that, I butchered that. Don't even listen to that. But just think about it. Maybe it's not the fact that we're afraid to fail. Maybe it's maybe it's the fact that we're afraid to succeed and that we can't handle it. A lot of people in like big businesses, they're afraid to go after it, afraid to take that CEO spot because they're afraid that maybe they can't handle it. That goes with a lot of actors and artists. Maybe they're just, instead of like auditioning for that first Broadway musical, maybe they're not afraid to try because they're afraid of failing. Maybe they're afraid of doing it and then actually going somewhere, but then they can't handle it. Because you see all these actors and artists, musicians and rappers that they just go after it and it consumes them and they change their looks. Like Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus. You see all these artists that we idolized as kids that it's gone to their heads. They were put into the industry at such a young age that it's gone to their head and they've changed their image. I mean, yeah, you follow me on Facebook. I'm trying to change my image, but not like that. I'm trying to change my name, change my perspective on life. Not a day goes by that I don't go out there and try to make someone's life inspirational. I mean, I used to talk about, self-harm, suicide. I still get thoughts of that, but I'm trying to get around the perspective of getting around that. And when I go to work, when I go to class, people don't even notice anymore just because I'm trying to make other people's life good. I used to be the person, that was afraid of, going the extra mile, being this, hyperactive person. I grew up with ADHD, but I knew how to control it and conceal it. That way it didn't overcome me and push others away or whatever. That's why I'm to the point that over this past month, I've gained so much confidence, so much passion beyond fear that I'll do anything. I mean, like, I've had this fear of failure. I claim that I don't have any other fears, but in reality, I have a slight fear of heights. It's not the fact that I'm afraid, I'm afraid to fall, but it's more the fact that I've had so much trauma happen to my body that if I get to a certain height, my legs start, feeling like they're about to cave in. So then it feels like I'm going to fall because I don't have much mobility in my body anymore. So that's another thing is, ever since I broke my leg at 17, the second time I've broken it, I've had this fear of I don't even want to do anything. I used to love doing parkour. Now to the point that I don't even want to jump over a table anymore because I have so much nerve damage in my knee that one hit and I'm down. So it's these things of like trying to get over the fear of, getting back to where I used to be. People claim that I'm not doing the right treatment, like physical therapy or bone training. I'm back here thinking, this is way beyond just the bones and the joints. This is actual nerve damage that neither of those can conceal. None of those can fix. But anyways, back to this thing of fear. I mean, I'm not going to go into much detail about it, but I saw me and my dad hung out today. I don't get to see him often. I sat in on his counseling, and it's not personal, so it's not going to be something that people can use or that's, personal that I shouldn't say. But he was talking about how we've gained this thing of everything that we're afraid of is because of a life experience, something that has happened in our life. Like it goes along with this part of the brain that use the left turn signal to turn left, or doing all this to where, as a kid, my dad did this to our niece. Okay, it's nothing bad, but my dad did this to our niece. That we told her that never touch the hot stove. Well, one day, it's this thing that the kids have that they do something that's traumatic. It sticks with them for life. Kind of like if a 4-year-old gets bit by a dog, they remember that for life, and that's how they gain that fear of dogs. because they got bit by a big dog when they were a little kid. Same thing happened with my niece. You know, she touched the hot stove, and now she's learned that I ain't about that life. You know, I don't want to touch that. You know, but that's pretty much it right there. Is that everything that you're afraid of in life is because you had an experience that led to that fear. Like, I'm afraid that when I go into an audition, you know, I'm afraid of actually giving it my all because maybe I'm overacting or maybe it's just not good enough. Like, especially when I audition for musicals. You know, I'll admit, I'm not as great singer as I, wish I would. It is my dream, like, not only to act and to inspire, but I would love to have a beautiful voice that I can actually sing every day and not be ashamed of the way I sound. So that's why when I audition for a musical, I always get scared and tense up, and I'm just like, yeah, it's like I can't go the whole way, of like singing with, it's like passion like I do with acting, you know? It's just that fear of, why am I even here? I already know I'm going to suck at this. Like in high school, I did Greece. In college, I did Chicago. It wasn't because I did, it wasn't because I had, like I could sing, because trust me, I could not. In Chicago, I had a mic, and they turned it off. The only time they turned my mic on was when I was talking. I was the only mic on stage that they turned off every time there was a singing number because my voice was terrible, the worst voice there, and they didn't want it to carry throughout the auditorium. They thought that hid it from me, but I already knew it. I was the only one during warm-ups that, or not warm-ups, but mic check, that they didn't ask to sing because they didn't have me there to be a singer. They had me there. The only reason I was in Chicago was because I was one of the better guy dancers. In Greece, I don't even know how I got that. It was because in high school I had this, like, I guess, this good radio voice. So they had me for, like, do this voiceover and this radio voice, because they hadn't seen me dance. So it wasn't because I was a good dancer, But when I did Chicago, I had a lot of compliments about, dancing. I'm trying to get back out there and do dancing, but I'm always afraid that my leg's going to give out or my leg's going to hold me back. That's why when people say, like when I'm in an interview or talking to people, do you have any physical problems? I'm just like, nope. Because I don't like my disabilities to hold me back. It even goes when I'm like, I might regret this in the future, but I always do this. Every time when I audition, they're like, what conflicts do you have? I leave it blank because I don't want my conflicts to interfere with it. I mean, the conflicts I usually have, I'll make sure that I have it free. That way I can do the rehearsals, because the rehearsals are what matter to me. I'm trying to go and be an actor. See, I've had people. This guy on my Facebook, he's been constantly bashing me, saying that I'm gonna fail in 5 years. My acting career is gonna, like, fail. And I'm just thinking. I didn't say this, but I was thinking. If I fail, at least I tried. At least I can man up and say that I tried, instead of saying, what if I did it? I mean, in 5 years, yeah, most actors that try, they fail. Most of the actors out there don't make it. But you see, the thing is that I could say that, yeah, in 5 years I might be a failed actor, but at least I could say that I tried and I went for it. Where are you going to be at 5 years? Still managing a Taco Bell. I'm like, okay, yeah, did you even do anything? No. You tried to go to school to be a hairstylist, but that backfired. I mean, look at it. I've had people tell me, like, people that are great actors and actresses, better than I can ever be. And people's asked them, have you ever thought of doing professional? And they're like, no, I have more realistic goals. And here I am, already signed to an agency, and I'm just thinking, I did it. You had lead roles, and I was a backup extra. I never thought I would do this. But you see, that's the thing. Is It's not that it's not that they're thinking that they have more realistic goals. It's that they're too afraid to try and see where it goes. Yes, being an actor is a long-term goal. Nobody would ever think that they could do it until you try. I mean, you look at Justin Bieber, he was discovered on YouTube. Then you look at Carrie Underwood. She was discovered on American Idol because she actually went and tried for it. There's two different perspectives. But the thing is that your goals are as realistic as you want them to be. Just think about that. Any goal can be realistic as long as you put your mind to it. That's all that counts, is your opinion. You can have people that can talk down to you, people that will bash you and constantly criticize you. But in the end, what really matters is that you tried. Because in one of the videos it goes, I tried is 10 times more of a man than someone who says, what if? Because what if never made it to the arena? Another way to think about it is that don't let someone's opinion of you become your reality. You make your own reality. You set your own goals. You set your own future. What happens to you is your own cause. I did some crappy stuff in my past, and now I'm trying to redeem that and go into that. Something that happened a year and a half ago. I've looked at so many things and realized that maybe everything happens for a reason. Maybe it happened for a reason that I got charged. Something that I saw in an office once is that sometimes what often seems like the end could be a new beginning. I wanted to end it all right there, but then I saw that I can't give up now. God has some great things in store for me. This might seem like the end, but I'm heading down another path. Here I am, studying hospitality. Here I am, signed to an agency. Here I am going to become an actor, inspire people, make a difference. I mean, at first, I was afraid to move to a bigger city. Ottumwa is all I knew. I was afraid to go anywhere else. And then I finally went for it. My dad's constantly saying that if everything goes downhill that I can move back home. And honestly don't have the courage to tell him that I cannot go back to Ottumwa. Ottumwa was a great home, a great start. But the big city is where I need to be. I've made my mark in Ottumwa. Now it's time for me to go somewhere else. If I do leave Cedar Rapids, which I do plan on doing it, it's not going back to Ottumwa. It's going to be to another bigger city. I'm thinking either Chicago, like I'm probably going to Chicago this summer to do an internship, where all the casting directors that will be talking to me are in Chicago. It's a win-win. Then there's also New York. I mean, New York is more for Broadway, I mean, I could be a background dancer. That's about it. Ensemble, But I can never be, anybody big. There also might be a job lined up for me in California after I graduate in a high-chain hotel. I have all these possibilities that, I mean, from here on out, I'm going bigger. Bigger city. Bigger outcome. I mean, there might be times where I might live in a smaller city than Ottumwa, but that's only because it's cheaper and it's only like 30 minutes away from, actually where I'll be, doing auditions and stuff. It's just all these things that come to mind. So, as I close out this video, I just want you guys to do me one favor. One favor. I want you to take the time and think about, if you made it to this point, I want you to think about, what are you afraid of? What's holding you back from reaching your goals? And then what I want you to do is try and comment below what those fears are. Whether big or small. Whether it's just the fear of spiders or the fear of, failing, or the fear of commitment, those type of things. I want you to comment below. And even if you had a fear and you overcame that fear, go ahead and comment down below how you overcame it. I love a good story. So just comment below, and what I might do is the next video I do, I might even give a shout out to a couple people. I might even do a video on some of these comments. I don't know. But tell you what, thank you for listening. This is probably my longest video. I'm going to be doing more videos. Just depends on what comes to mind. But thank you for watching. Please, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification thing. And then make sure you think about your fears and how you plan to overcome them, or how you have overcome them. And then please comment below. I'd love to hear you guys' stories, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
And they somehow involved regardless. I'm a cause of be cautious. All in or all out, applause is flawless. Is he complex or is he religious? Fist to fist grip when I hit with the quickness. Sit will I spit, will I rip the sickness? Cause I'ma flip the script, or y'all can be witness. Telling me the rap is dead, but I'm past that. Lost, I can show you the way just for the map.